Hello, everyone. I'm Beau Bledsoe. I'm the artistic director.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God.
Hello, everyone.
Oops. Of Ensemble Iberica. Anyway, we're going to have a live stream today with one of my absolute best friends in the world, Christine Brebes. So let's bring her in. I think she's in a romantic cafe somewhere in Buenos Aires. Hey, Brebes.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Muy bien. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
All right. Well, let's get this going. So, tell me about myself.
Well, let me tell you about when I first met you at a dinner party at Corey Ireland's house, and
Yes.
you were being so sweet. You were trying to teach me how to play flamenco on my mandolin.
Yeah, that's my little trick. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so doom, 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 which is like the opposite of my when I do tambor on the violin for tango.
Oh, no kidding.
And for guitarrita, yeah, it's like the exact opposite. You go dong 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 dong, and I go dong 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 dong. So you
what year do you
open.
think that was?
That was 1996.
Oh, good Lord. So yeah,
I had been living for 1 year in Kansas City. I moved there in 95 after college.
Yeah, I came in like 93 for college.
Mm-hmm.
And when did we start playing together? Was it that night at that party?
We played it a little bit. I mean, because Corey Island just had like the jam house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we started playing like a year and a half later because I went to France, stored all my stuff in your house, came back, and then I moved to Tahoe, and then I moved back from Tahoe, and you had just finished your master's program, and that's when we started playing together. It was in fall of 97.
This was the formation of Duo Lorca.
Yes.
Okay. How did we both find Lorca together? Was it the film or some of his poems?
Well, we were playing some Manuel de Falla stuff, and you were teaching me some flamenco stuff. And I think that movie Lorca just came out that had Andy Garcia in it.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of we're brainstorming a name of like what should we call ourselves? Duo this, duo that. And I said Lorca, and you said genius. And so I wrote it out, and I did the little, do you remember our little cards, the little red card?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I still run across one every once in a while.
So do I. I think I have some, like maybe while you're doing, while we're doing a little video thing, I can run over and get them because I just went through a box of stuff.
So we played in the cafes in Kansas City, like, good Lord, like 5 nights a week for probably like 3 years, it feels like. You're the archivist. You have the most amazing memory. Does that sound right? About 3 years?
Well, if we started playing in, we had our first gig in October of 97. Mm-hmm. And then, and we played until I left in April of 2002. So like 4.5 years.
Okay.
But we played 3 years consecutively with Nathan in Le Fou Frog until I got us fired.
Yeah, it's easy to get fired from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're still alive.
Like, we are, and so is Mano, and you know, it's all good.
Okay.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
So getting into Argentine tango, how did that happen?
Um, Tim Sweeney says La Bodega. Then yes, we did play in La Bodega, Tim, and but our first gigs were in Shiraz and Guadalajara Cafe out on 103rd and State Line. And hi, Susan Lawrence. Hey, so good to see you. I'm so glad you made it. And I had gotten fired from a waiting tables gig at Le Fou Frog, and so I had said, "Oh, we should go and play there," because it was like a perfect place for us to play. Anyway, and so we started playing there after. I think in like 98, in October of 98 is when you and Nathan and I went to New York, and we stayed in that really seedy hotel
Oh yeah.
that had like springs coming out of the mattress. Didn't you or Nathan cut the back of your shin open?
I did. Yeah.
You cut the back of your leg open. Okay.
I should have gotten a tetanus shot.
Yeah. You should have.
What was that? The Riverside Hotel? I remember the people from the Titanic that's where they put him after they rescued him.
Yeah, we found it like in a Lonely Planet or something like that. And we went to see a version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, it was Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That's where that play started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very first version of it. They were like begging people to come in.
And on that trip is when we were at some music store around Times Square, and I found that songbook of Carlos Gardel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what started that trio off in doing tango, because Nathan was like, "Oh, I want to sing these melodies," and he started singing, and we're like, "Yes!" So, we had that trio for a while, which was just basically Duo Lorca plus Nathan Granner, and that was tons of fun. There's a lot of mussels and that we ate, and a lot of wine drank, and
a lot of lobster.
What was that? That leg of lamb couscous dish that Mono used to make in winter? So good. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. And the other place we played at, Shirazi, they had the lamb sabzi too.
Yeah.
The kind of Persian version of that. Yeah, we had a lot of cafe gigs, so we ate really well, drank a lot of wine.
And we were 20-something, so it burned off really well. And yeah, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was good times.
So where did we find the Piazzolla piece?
I found that at Liban's on one of my adventures looking for flute and guitar rep, and decided to pick it up because I was like, "Oh, the history of the tango," because we're playing the Albinus tango, the da 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 ya da ya da 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 yo. And I was like, "Oh, another tango to add to the mix," and that's when the faded, we started learning it, and it was like, this is ugly.
Yeah, we didn't know what to do with it. Uh-huh.
We didn't know what to do with it. And you said, "Oh, I've got a CD of Piazzolla," and it was his quintet, and we listened to it, and I was like, oh my God, I want to play like that guy. This is amazing.
Yeah, we're still dealing with that music.
Yeah. Yeah. And that violinist just passed away in October. Really, really sad. Oh, there's Heather Gibbons. Hi, Heather. Yes, Cafe Barcelona. Oh my God, we had so much fun at Cafe Barcelona. If there was any place that served really good food, and Beau and I were there, like knocking on their door saying, "You need live music. It will only make your restaurant better.
Cool. Well, so we started learning to play some piazzolla, and who was the name? What was the name of the tango teacher? Elizabeth that was working at Fedora's.
Elizabeth O'Keefe. Yes, she
Yeah.
heard us. What was the name of that sports bar that was? We were playing Sunday brunch at a sports bar in the River Market. We did like a couple gigs there for like a month or something.
Oh, I have no memory of that.
Okay, that's where she found us because
Mm-hmm.
so we were playing like once we got on the Piazzolla bandwagon. You also had another CD, which was Alfredo Marcucci and Baldassar Benitez. And
Mm-hmm.
so that was much more our style because it was a bandoneon and guitar duo. So we could kind of hear like how to make the arrangements for our duo, which was much better. And that's when we started taking off Lo que vendrá and Muerte el Ángel. The Lo que vendrá was the transcription adaptation of their version
Yeah,
because
we
we
still
didn't have
play
a
that now.
score. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, now it's changed a little bit, but
Mhm.
like that's where that came from. And she heard us. She was like there brunching, and she comes up and there's Liliana. Hola, Lili. So many memories. Yes, so many memories. um, so Elizabeth came up and she was like, "Oh my God, you're playing tango in Kansas City! Like, what the hell?" And I was like, "Who are you?" And she told me that she was dancing tango 3 months out of the year in Buenos Aires. So we started getting together, and that's right, like probably a month later is when the Carlos Saura tango movie came out, and we all went to see it together. What was that little art theater out on Mission?
I just remember the Tivoli. I can't remember the one on Mission. Fine Arts, maybe.
Probably. So there's like a little art house movie place out there in Shawnee Mission or something, or on Mission Road or like somewhere around there. And we went to see it out there.
Cool. Well, how did you end up in Buenos Aires? What's that story?
Well, I went to visit right before, like, we started Tango Lorca we had our first gig in the end of, like the weekend after Thanksgiving at the end of 99. And in July of 99, I saved up my quarters in a big jar and saved up like some money and went down there to visit, to do research so we could kind of get the ball rolling. And I bought like a ton of CDs and photocopied a lot of scores for us. And then when I got back, started doing some research, and that's when I found Dan Diaz online. So, I mean, and then I went back again in the end of 2000 with Cynthia Martinez. Claudia Mambo. Hola, Claudia. So I went there twice, and on my second visit, I met the guys that run the Orquesta Escuela of Balcarce, and because it was just like a 2-year program. It would be like getting to go and do jazz camp with Duke Ellington, basically.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was an amazing opportunity, and that's how I ended up going down there, was, writing and being persistent and like, hey, are you going to accept foreigners? Hey, I want to go down there. hey, 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 accept me, accept me, accept me. And they did. And so, and that's, and I asked them for at least 6 months notice because, you know, we had the group and we were playing so much, and I didn't want to just be like, oh, I'm leaving one day, then the next, you know. So it was like a gradual fade out. We started training Lydia, and I started selling all my clothes to my girlfriends, and
They're still around. Genoan still wears your stuff. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Ferrer in this clip that we're going to show, because I don't know. I think this is a fantastic film, and you're featured in it, and it tells your story.
Well, it's not a film. It was a
Mm.
series
Oh,
that's
okay.
called Buenos Aires and the Ciudad, or Tango y la Ciudad, which is tango in the city. So instead of like, I mean, so many people have done however many part series about, you know, the chronological order of tango, and even like the tango shows that are in the tango houses kind of give, like, they start off with the people in La Boca and dancing candombe and like super milonguero style, and then it keeps going and going, and it always ends up with like some kind of modern piazzolla, dark, um, darker numbers, and then some flashy ending. So the guys that did this, Nicolas Tolkacher, who is a really great video journalist, and his friend Juan Pablo, who's a Colombian guy that's living here. They've worked together for a long time, and they've worked on a lot of projects together. They started doing this and finding out what in the city, what is it that makes up tango. And so the first episode is this, and it talks about the immigrants. And I was recommended to them by 3 different people as like a good immigrant, modern day immigrant, to interview, see how, you know, why they come to Buenos Aires, how their life has changed, and, you know, and the fact that I came here to play tango and everything. And then if you like, I don't know, you would have to go to the chronological order of this Canal Encuentro, which is kind of like a PBS channel down here, to find out, like, there's one episode about the bandoneon that features Horacio Romo, and then there's one episode that's about like all the ironwork in the balconies and the doors, you know, and then there's
Okay.
another episode about the streets and like the architecture. So it's more of like the things that make up the city that has to do with tango instead
Let's
of
have a
it.
look. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love this, and it shows your old apartment too. Such great memories there.
It's not my old apartment, it's my current apartment.
Oh, it
This
is? Oh.
one. Mhm.
Oh, okay. For some reason, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. What do I know?
I've
Here we go.
I've lived here since 2007.
Jesus.
So that's Horacio Ferrer, and he's being interviewed and taken around the city. And this is my apartment building. The black door on the very left is mine. That one. Those come to my house. You don't recognize my kitchen, Beau, because I redid it. I took. That's why it was like my old apartment. But it's the same kitchen. It's just that that's my old yucky tile and the old gas pipes that almost exploded. And Benicio was 4, so this was like 11 years ago. Bless you. And this is the story that I just told. My skin looks so good in this video. It's a good thing it has subtitles. So that cafe that they filmed me in is the La Esquina de Homero Mansi, where you took
a
big group of people. They sat me right by the door and they filmed me from outside the window. Beau, can you see Neil's chat?
Yeah, he said that the audio wasn't coming up. Let me see here.
No, I put up. If you could post a link to this video, because it's a 30-minute video and it's really nice. So maybe if the people want to watch the full video.
Yeah, I put a link in the discussion with the playlist of all the videos that we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, okay.
So everything's already there. Cool. All right, you want to do some of these photos? Like everyone needs to grab a drink if you're one of those old Fedora people or La Bodega. It's just going to be a blast from the past.
Oh, I wish Corey was here, but it's like 3 in the morning there.
No fair. Okay.
I told you that that we were on a gig together, a virtual gig, online, and we reconnected, and we hadn't talked in like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so good to reconnect with him and see
He's
his
got a really
kid.
cute little tango baby now.
I know. Hey, there's me making empanadas.
That's the old apartment, right?
That's when I lived with Ava.
Okay.
Yes, down by Parque Lesama. That's when you stayed with us. And my dear friend threw up on you.
This was the first night.
This photo was the first night.
I think so. Because you threw a big party. Okay, then there's these guys.
That looks really small, but so that's Beau, and he the guy in the middle, his name is Jose, and the guy on the right is Raul. That's much better. And Raul, I lived with two Mexican bandoneon players. Go back, please. So I lived with two Mexican bandoneon players when I got to Buenos Aires, that I had met them on my first and second trips here. And the guy in the middle played guitar with Raul, the guy on the right. So, and this is the Orquesta Escuela. The old gentleman is the Gran Maestro Emilio Balcarce, and he was. I got to spend 4 days a week with him, and he's was the most sweet. He wanted to share tango with all of us. He was so passionate about the music, and he was just really nice and generous. He never made us feel bad about anything, which is I can't say for some of the other teachers that came after him that didn't treat the kids as well. But Balcarce, he was an amazing composer. He played Pugliese. He played in Pugliese's orchestra. He played violin, and he played in the Sexteto Tango with Julian Pla. And it's just a fountain of music and knowledge. So.
Oh, I think I see Eva up there.
Yeah. So those are the two Mexicans. That's Raul on the left and Rafael on the right. And
Fun
Rafael,
guys.
yes. And can you make that any bigger? Because it looks really small. Hey. Okay, so the guy with the bandoneon is Julio Bane, and he used to play every Sunday at this cafe called Cafe Miramar. Was in my neighborhood, about 8 blocks from where I live now. And he's like a genius. And he would have this neighborhood, his poet friend, was the singer, is the white guy that's with the microphone. And then the other guy that's got his hand on his face was just somebody there to eat and listen. So, but it was a great photo.
Yeah, I love that cafe. What are these guys so excited about?
We were getting out of our taxi, getting ready to go play on the national radio station. And we were super excited. That's us in Bluebird. Somebody took a fisheye lens photo of us and gave it to us, and I still have it.
Yeah, we lived right across the street from there.
Another good restaurant. There was one of our little posters, things that Peregrine made us. John's here, John La Barbera, one of my very, very dear friends that I met in Italy when I met Dana Woolard, who is the reason why I ended up in Kansas City.
Yeah, I met John once.
Yes, he's a fabulous, fabulous musician. He plays every stringed thing like you do, Beau. You guys have similar collections, but he plays mandolin. He's the guy that got me playing mandolin when I was 21. Yeah, how romantic is that? Yeah. He started me playing mandolin in Italy on these beautiful little back-bellied mandolins in courtyard, playing Renaissance music.
What happened to this violin?
It got stolen from my house. It's nice to tell stories, John. We need to get together and talk about our stories from Italy. All right, so there is a very tiny, it looks like a thumbnail on my computer. So I don't know. That's me and Corey and Tony Lucido, who Tony had just moved to Kansas City from Buenos Aires 6 months before I moved down here. So we became really, really good friends. Next photo. That, if you can make it bigger, that would be awesome. But this is Confiteria Ideal, which is one of the most beautiful places to go to, like an afternoon milonga, and it's now closed down. Very historic building. Super, super beautiful. But it's really small, so it's really, really hard to see and tell anything about these photos because it's like 1 by 1 inch on my computer.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing really.
Okay, well, that photo is you. But you made
Yeah, when I
some of
make
them
them bigger, they just start following. They just start playing.
Okay, so that's your going away dinner.
Mm-hmm.
There is Tango Lorca, and that's me standing in there. Somebody wrote Tango Lorca. There's you playing at your going away dinner at that yummy restaurant that we left. There's us in Spain on a rooftop after we missed flight home. We stayed and went to a party that night.
Corey bailed us out.
So much fun. Yes, that was back in 2000 when we went to Europe.
Okay, I think that's
with
it.
Peregrine. Fun. Do you want to put up one of our videos, maybe of like the
All right. Which one?
The one I just sang. The ritual fire dance.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go.
Duo Lorca at its finest in Beau Bledsoe's living room.
Okay, hold on a second. All right. Here we go.
Yay!
I can hear my little birdies.
Peep, beep, peep, beep, beep, beep.
Beep.
Thanks, John. So let's see if Frederick Cooper. Hi, Fedra. I saw that Dana Woolard said, hey, Dana's online now. Hi, Dana. Love you. Thank you, Susan. And Beatriz. Beatriz, hello.
I should mention all donations today go directly to Christine's bank account because she's so awesome.
So awesome, and I'm so without work here in Buenos Aires.
Yeah, their lockdown was a lot more severe than ours. There's no work. So
I was thinking, like, what could I do? You know, like, and I actually thought about it on Christmas Day. I was like, I should have offered to like record Christmas carols for people, and like, so you get private Christmas carols in their inbox or something. And I always think about these things like too late. Maybe for Valentine's Day, I can like
let's do that.
make up a list of love songs. Oh yeah, let's do Duo Lorca love songs for Valentine's Day and sell them at like $20 for a private video song to their inbox or something.
Here's Natalie.
Hello, Natalie Johnson. I love your face. She invited me to go play her wedding, but she canceled her wedding. Well, she suspended it. She didn't cancel it. Suspended because it was
same
supposed.
here.
I know. She's like, I want you and Beau to come play our wedding.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
What do you want to listen to now?
Well, I closed the list. Let's see. And where is your thing, your playlist? There it is. Let me pull it up. Why don't you pick something? Because I just picked that one.
Okay. Well, let's
let's ask the people. What we're gonna put Mujer Sola, which is Tango Lorca favorite. So we want to know, do you guys want to see a video of us playing it in 2017? Or do you want to see a video of this guy named the Octopus dancing to the Tango Lorca CD? What does the public want?
Din, 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 din.
Hold on just a second.
Bueller. Okay, well, I'll just pick something. Okay, here comes the octopus then.
Hold on, I have my headphones on.
All right, here he comes. Beautiful. Brad
Yeah.
Cox's arrangement. Yeah, Ornette Coleman. Lonely Woman.
Yeah. That was, can we talk a little bit about how we recorded that CD?
Sure.
We recorded our Tango Lorca CD at the Unity Temple,
Oops.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Something playing. We did, like, Brad got us the church, but we could only use it from like 7:30 to 10 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So we were going and recording. We were going and recording like every morning that we could, you know, and sometimes we had gigs until really late. So we would show up hungover and we would try to record and just do takes. And yeah, it was really interesting. The recording of the Tango Lorca, like everything that has a violin track on there, we did everything at like 8 in the morning.
Bad hours for musicians.
Bad hours for tango.
I remember we tracked some of them in Brad's mother's house, some of them, and then some of them at Wheeler Audio with Corey Ireland as well. And I think that project. Yeah.
We did Vuelvo al Sur at Corey's studio because we had all those string players.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to listen to? Your turn.
Is it my turn? Let's watch. Let's watch Adios Nonino Tango Lorca, since we're Tango Lorca in.
Oh, and that's the space we were working in, right?
Yeah, the Turkey Macro Church.
Okay. Oh, Hector.
You're watching.
We got Peregrine in the house to talk about.
Hi! Gobble gobble.
Yeah, people can't see that chat, so
I
that's
know.
private.
So funny.
So, a very, very, very big part of Duo Lorca and Lorca involved our dearest friend Peregrine Honig, artist in residence, co-eater, co-drinker, drawer, tip maker, and our personal poster fabricator.
Yes.
So she has like a whole other slew of probably info that we have forgotten. Is there anything that you would like to share about Beau and I? And like, what are some of your fondest memories of hanging out with us 20 years ago?
Why do you hang out with musicians?
Well, we're all the same. I've had this question asked to me, and it's like we always end up in the same circle because we always have the same, like, we get inspired at the same time, you know? So it's nice because it's like we all had to be so brave, right? Like there's so many other things that we could have done with our time that it would have been more of a guarantee. It's like you can't really hang out with people that are willing to just take the easy take the easy road. Like I mean, I remember Beau was like learning all this great Spanish music, and he was like, "Oh, I got this gig, it was so great." And you came back to the apartment and you were like, "How was your gig about Spain and Spanish music?" And they had like made you wear a sombrero, and like they didn't know the difference between like Mexico and Spain.
Yeah, they were on the wrong continent.
Right? And so, especially, I think being in the Midwest, and then, you know, watching Christine just fall in love with tango and move to the source of her passion was just incredible. And like getting to travel with you to Spain, and we just like, I think we were really lucky that we had friends like Corey Ireland and friends like Mark and friends like Linda Lighton and all of these people that supported our ideas and had faith in our drive to get closer to the source of our inspiration. We're really lucky.
Certainly.
And that we have traveled so far and so wide, and we can keep coming back to this great circle of friends like Jen and Brad and Jeff and Neil and all these people that have learned from us and we have learned from, and we have such a great history together, and we have such a great, you know, historical, visually like relevant, and such an audio history of what we've done. Like we have our own having a private legacy. It's great. You know, like Nathan, like I remember Nathan Granner was a baby and Jen Owens was a baby, and we were all just like trying everything out under the sun to get to where we are. And success is such a spectrum, right? One person's success is another person's failure. So once you can get past that, you know.
I think also, like, you know, you and I lived in the Fahrenheit, and Beau and I were just starting tango, and we just met Elizabeth, and like you had an amazing space to dance. Like everything just kind of, it was like, hey, this puzzle piece fits this puzzle piece. Hey, let's do a milonga. And then, you know, oh, this flower shop gave me their trash. Let's make a beautiful stage area on the floor with like tons of like flower trash. But you know, it's like
people are showing up and it's like, I'm making this area over here. It's gonna be great. Okay.
And then we have like, our wine cellar friends that would be like, oh, I'm gonna donate boxes, and like, I mean, it's Kansas City, such a great community. It's so supportive. It's small, it's big, it's everything. It's it's shrink to fit jeans that look good on you all year round. And like when we started Tango Lorca, to pay, I emptied out my bank account to bring Dan Diaz into town, and Peregrine donated. She's like, do a raffle. I was like, what? I was like, I'm broke. And she's like, do a raffle. I'll give you a drawing. And I was like, how do I do a raffle? And she's like, just do a raffle. Go around to all the places. And so I started going around to all the places I used to hang out. I used to go hang out at the cigar bar or the cigar shop. And he donated cigars to raffle. Peregrine donated a drawing. The coffee shop that I used to go to donated a couple of free gift certificates for free coffees, and I made my money back and got the band paid. It's like,
I forgot about
and
that.
That was Peregrine's idea. Like, she's like, you need to do this, and I did. So I went out and like bust ass and did what she told me, and I made back my money, and then I wasn't complaining that I couldn't pay rent anymore. Thanks, P.
No problem.
So, like, I think even though you weren't a band member, you were like that fifth Beatle, because like,
I was a cheerleader. Come on.
there's so many things that would not have been even remotely half as fun without you there. And the other half of the things just probably wouldn't have happened had you not been in the mix at all. So,
Well, it was
Peregrine.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear some pretty songs in the panty store?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's listen to something that we played in
the B stage.
The B stage.
Yeah. Do you still do shows here?
Well, not right now because of the pandemic.
She will next time I come into town, probably.
We did a great Helen Gillet show. We did a really good Annie Ellicott show.
One of my favorite venues.
Yeah, it sounds great in there, right?
It does.
All that wooden.
Aw, so many good memories. Hi, Izzy. Hi. Izzy and I we talked on the phone the other day. She's such a good cellist.
Oh, yeah.
She's so nice. I met her a year ago. She was down here in Buenos Aires. John, yes, this piece, we need to play it together as well. Really, really good. Such a good piece.
We should bring John to Kansas City, and that would be easy to do.
Let's do it.
Where is
Do it in New York. Well,
Yeah.
he's in Jersey, but
Jersey.
you know, but you know. Peregrine, we need to go back to New York. It would be so different.
It is definitely, yes. We'll sleep this time. It'll be great.
Yeah. We won't be like 26. Peregrine and I went to New York for like 2 weeks in 1999. And I think we slept like 3 nights out of those 2 weeks. So funny.
So funny.
Yes, John, next time I'm in the States, we'll get some stuff together and bring you to Kansas City. It would be such an amazing concert, and I would love to get you and Beau together with some of your guys' amazing instruments.
I think we're going to need a big, large van for this one. Because, yeah, we do share a lot of the same instruments, and I should just drive up there, get him and all of his instruments, bring them down, and we'll do it at Peregrine's place.
Mm-hmm. We got to guest bedroom.
Well, I'll just fly into New York, and he and I can rent a van and drive to Kansas City. That'd be really
This is
fun.
how we
Road
do
trip.
it, yes.
This is how we do it. Yeah.
This is going to happen. So speaking of guest artists staying at Peregrine's, let's deal with the great Nadia Larcher.
Yay, Nadia! Where is she?
She's home visiting her family.
We love Nadia. She's great. Oh my goodness.
But we have a video of her that we're going to queue up here.
Play that. Make that happen.
So tell me about the first time I met Nadia. Let's see, what was it? November of 2018, right?
Yes, I took you to hear her because you wanted to get some private concerts going for the 2019 trip here.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be on the folklore roster part of that, since we would be doing tango with Pablo and a bandoneon player. We did that at the museum, and then we wanted to do the folklore night at a Fredo's restaurant. And so I wanted you to hear Nadia so you could fall in love with her amazing voice, just as I had.
And then we brought her in October of 2019.
Yes.
And did some light touring in Texas and Arkansas. And
light.
This is one of the tunes. Yeah. Well, anything, within 3 states, that's light, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Mike Dillon would know, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
That was fun. Okay, let me bring this one up.
It was intense.
Okay, here we go.
Tan alta que está la luna y sí, y el lucero la acompaña y no, que quieto se queda el día y sí, cuando la noche lo apaña y no, serás libre palabra, como soy yo, como soy yo. Vamos vida, ya me voy. Vamos vida, yo ya me voy. Con mi cajita de cuero te digo adiós, te digo adiós. Yo soy como el cuervo negro y sí, que no pierde su bolido, ay no. ¿Cómo querís que yo pierda y sí, un corazón tan querido, ay no? Serás libre para la vida, como soy yo, como soy yo. Vamos vida, ya me voy. Vamos vida, yo ya me voy. Con mi cajita de cuero te digo adiós, te digo adiós. Solita soy en el mundo y sí, solita como el cardón, ay, de noche me ve la luna y sí, de día me pega el sol, ay, no. Será libre para la vida, como soy yo, como soy yo. Vamos vida, yo ya me voy. Vamos vida, yo ya me voy. Con mi cajita de cuero te digo
such a good video.
Thank you for introducing me to her so much.
I'm so excited. You guys are gonna do something in February, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. We have her thing. Gosh, I forgot the dates. Let me look it up here.
Izzy loves the harmonics, and yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do. Thank you, Karen Bauer. Hello, Ashley Fairchild Jones. Awesome, the most awesome hostess of parties in the house with kick-ass musicians. I had one of my most fun nights on my last trip there with Brad and Jeff, parents. We were all there just playing music until whatever time in the morning. So anyway, so much fun. And Ashley, happy birthday. They say it's your birthday. You're gonna have a good time, but you already had it last night.
All right, so this next thing is going to be February 5th, and I'm going to put a link here so people can visit the website. It's going to be featuring...
Nadia's going to be doing a concert, or she already did a concert with my ex-boyfriend, Andres, and it's really amazing. I watched it about 10 times, and I cried my eyes out. So I highly recommend it. It's really a beautiful, beautiful concert. So go to the concert, give them money. I love them both.
Yes, the whole series starts January 9th, and it's going to be Portuguese wine and Portuguese fado. We're partnering with Tannin, a local wine bar here in Kitchen. And then the next one's going to be Argentine. So we're going to have Nadia do the music for us. It's going to be awesome. So I want to play some music that people in Kansas City might not know that you do. So please tell me about this next act.
Okay, so this next, this group that we're going to listen to is called Me Darás Mil Hijos, which means you will give me 1,000 children. It's a line out of a Pablo Neruda poem, Neruda. And it's just this really great band that when I was studying Spanish, I was studying with this really great filmmaker girl, and she introduced me to the lead singer at a party, and he said, "Hey, we need a violinist in our band. We're just kind of getting going. Why don't you come to our show and see if you like the music?" So I went and I played with them from the end of 2002, and we did our last show last year at some point, and we broke up the band just because it's been a really long time, and it's really hard to get so many people together, and like everybody's, you know, it's kind of like when I go home and try to get the Disney group back together. It's a hard thing to do,
but always worth it.
Always worth it. Yeah. Well, this band is great. It's great. It's like enjoy. That's not it.
No.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, that's the
Oh, here it
this
is.
Nope.
Oh man, here it is.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, there she is.
Quien no quiere la cosa patea la piedrita de coteco en el empeine y la sigue cuesta abajo y la mira de reojo. Como quien relojea impasible el tiempo de una rodada y saborea con vértigo ese destino de abismo. Despertó y tomó la calle en un acto de ansiedad. Aún estaba mareado, se decía que andar traería el sentir. No hay dolor sin sosiego. Se acercó al puesto de flores y el aroma de un jazmín lo atravesó como fantasma. La florista ni lo vio ni le habló, pero igual se sintió vivo al pensar que las flores solo son para los muertos. ¿O será que es un fantasma inadecuado? Y encaró la avenida en total libertad. Y cerrando los ojos hizo un salto mortal. Y en un instante vio proyectada su vida en principio y final. Remontó un vuelo incierto y al fin se estrelló contra la realidad. Despertó y tomó la calle como una necesidad. Aún estaba dormido, manotazo de ahogado, domingo irreal. No hay dolor sin sosiego. Y encaró la avenida en total libertad. Cerrando los ojos hizo un salto mortal. Y en un instante vio proyectada su vida en principio y final. Remontó un vuelo incierto y al fin se estrelló contra la realidad. Sangran los inadecuados, los de la muerte romántica, poética, ególatra, los que ruedan cuesta abajo en lugar de avanzar, los que ven el abismo como quien mira el mar y comenta: qué lindo, che, pero qué lindo, carajo, parece una postal.
So I'd just like to say something about this group. Like, I wanted to have string players for so long, like come in and we did this concert in this beautiful Spanish theater that was like right across the street from Beau and mine's favorite restaurant to eat and here in Buenos Aires. And I said, okay, we've been playing long enough in this band. When do I get to have my string ecstasy section? So they're like, well, you've got to work a lot. So I wrote like 8 string arrangements to have the other violinist and a cellist, and the harp player came in on 2 of them. And the harp player, she's really awesome. Her name is Sonia Alvarez, and she and I have a duo together. And we've done a couple Facebook Lives. I don't know if anybody's seen any of that on her Facebook page, but she's an amazing artist as well. And Carmen, she's the cellist. She's from Serbia, and so we're like the immigrant sisters here. We love each other. We love playing together. So
I love just hanging out with you in that town and just holding on for dear life. It's
yeah. Well, nothing's going on right now, so we get to hang out like this. So it's the next best thing.
Want to play some Charlie?
Okay, so I don't know if probably if anybody knows me, they'll know that around my halfway mark here, about 2011, I started playing with the guy that is like the equivalent of the Beatles or Elvis or Willie Nelson, or just depends on who you listen to. He's been one of the most famous singer-songwriters of Argentine rock since the late 70s. And his name is Charlie Garcia. And right now, he's still playing. He's not in the best shape. He's had a bit of a Keith Richards lifestyle. So, yeah, like Britney Spears, says Berger. But I, when he was kind of making a comeback after he did some rehab time, he made a really big band, and he made the CD that's called 60 by 60, 60x60. And so it's 60 of his favorite songs for his 60th birthday is what it is. And so it's 3 CDs, DVDs. It was like a big box set. I've got it. I gave one to Beau. I gave one to Peregrine. They're worth a lot of money right now, so don't lose them. It's a collector's item. Anyway, and only one tune did we do with the string trio and Charlie all by itself. So that's the tune that I recommended to Beau to put up.
Hopefully I'll get this right. Okay, here you go.
Tu tiempo es un vidrio, tu amor un faquín, tu cuerpo una aguja, mi mente un tapiz. Si la sanguijuela no puede herirte, no existe una escuela que enseñe a vivir. El ángel vigía, descubre al ladrón, le corta las manos, le quita la voz. La gente se esconde o apenas existe. Se olvida del hombre, se olvida de Dios.
Fantastic.
Ah, so good. That
I can't
song
believe you
is,
did stuff like that. It's just
yeah.
incredible.
Well, I toured the world. Well, I toured like the Americas with him for like 3 years, and we played in Teatro Colón. We went to Colombia, Lima, Peru, Venezuela, Montevideo. Peregrine and Mark came to Montevideo with us, which was really incredible. And I played on Broadway in April of 2012. My mom and Eric came to see me play on Broadway with Charlie Garcia.
That's
So
awesome.
amazing.
What a life
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, it was.
What's that
It
feel
was
like?
well. It's addicting, to like go out into a huge stadium. I mean, it's like going to Kemper Arena and having everybody scream for you, like when you walk out on stage, and then everybody wants to take a picture with you afterwards, like because you're in the band with them, and it's just like so intense. I see how people get drug problems. It's so intense. So intense. Traveling around is fun, like playing 4 shows a month and making enough money to like say no to everything else that you don't feel like doing is great.
Hell yeah.
So also it was really, really intense work, and he was quite a stickler because like at that time in my life, I was super, super tango. Everything that came out of my violin was like fraseado, was like tango, slurpy dance music. And he's just like, no, like clean it up, rhythmic, like no phrasing, on the beat, and it was really great for my inner metronome, to like be taken out of that a lot. And then like anytime I would start jumping around on stage, my fellow string players would be like, bring it down. We're like the cool trio. I'd be like, I was always like animal in the band, and like they were like the cool sax player in the Muppets, but I mean, anybody who knows me knows that I get excited easily. But playing in a rock band, that, I mean, Charlie, he's been playing since the 70s. Everybody, like, he has generations and generations. People that are my parents' age love him because he's my parents' age. And people that are teenagers now love him because he's still a badass. So anyway.
I had no idea he was such a big deal. Yeah.
Clark Wyatt says, on the beat, Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, I learned just to be in rock rhythm, and it was one of the greatest lessons. And I got to learn. I learned like 100 songs that I never knew, and I got to fall in love. That was like my second love here musically, because I fell in love so hard with tango. It's like when you think you're not going to fall in love again, and then you do, like really hard, you know, and somebody else just like completely blows your mind, you know, like I had my tango heart broken over and over and over many times. Like, you know, so many things have happened to me. Yeah.
Well, speaking of syrupy froseo, can we finish the night out with Sanssouci? And please tell everyone the significance of this incredible orchestra.
Well, this is just a very tiny clip. It's, if you look at it, it's only like a 27-second clip.
Wow.
This orchestra, actually, the orchestra is in the very first clip that we did of the night, which is like the 30-minute long episode. There's a lot about Sanssouci in there because they followed me around to the rehearsals of that group. But Sanssouci is an old style orchestra tipica, and it's like a very square dance orchestra, very elegant, like super elegant. And Franchini was the first violinist of that group. So all of the violin solos are like super beautiful and like tons of virtuosic yumminess. And this is just a very small snippet that one of my fellow violinists took while I was playing a solo, while we were doing a sound check for a show. So it's not really...
It's still pretty cool you got to play with these.
It is cool. It is cool. Yeah, so that's the solo from Don Juan. That's the tango that we're playing, is the Don Juan. Yeah. So if you want to do the like to like head out of here and we can like say goodbye to people or something, I don't know. You can do that last video of Sus ojos se cerraron or Panes Orchestra. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Cool. Let's do this one.
Let's do Panes Orchestra.
Dear to my heart.
I love it.
It's unreal.
That orchestra was my next to last live gig that I had here. March 14th, we played with that orchestra. And then March 15th, I played with the harp player. And then March 16th, they put full quarantine and no live gigs.
Wow, that's a way to go out, huh? That's incredible. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, 95 up to now, that's a lot to cover. I'm amazed that we did it in this amount of time. I mean, there's so much more, but let's bring back in Peregrine for a little bit. Thanks for joining us, Peregrine. And can we say hi to Neil? Neil never gets any. Neil never gets the love.
Hello.
He's been running the chat from behind the scenes, so thank you so much, Neil.
Hello, Eric. Hi,
Shout
Phil.
out from Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Phil Hell.
Love my wicked stepfather, Shauna.
Hi, Shauna.
Phil Hale. He's our old Shiraz buddy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Dana's still here. Love you, Dana. Love you, Ashley. Love you, Ezgi. Love you, Susan. Love you, Liliana, Beatriz, all of Natalie, all my girlfriends that came out and hung out. John. And so it was so fun. It was so fun to reminisce. Thanks, P, for coming and hanging out with us. Jeffy! Jeffy!
Jeffy's here.
Jeffy should have been in on some of this chat.
I
Jeffy
know.
should have been next time. We need to do a part 2.
Okay. Jeffy's in, I'm sure. Yeah.
We should do a Tango Lorca
Ed Reyes.
reminiscing. Ed.
Tango Lorca reminiscing. What could go wrong? All right.
Peregrine, don't make that face.
No red wine.
No.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all those that donated tonight. like I said before, Christine's got an account at MoBank, and I'm just going to call them and put it in her account. And a U.S. dollar goes a long way in Argentina right now. That's for damn
Hey,
sure.
Charles.
Yeah.
All these US dollars that people donate are going to help pay my next plane ticket to the States.
Yes. Then we'll get John. The plans we've already made.
Hi, Claudia. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Eric, I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you're having a beer. Cheers.
I talk to Eric like every day. Amazing.
Aw.
All right. Well, that's it. I'll see you guys around. And thanks again, everyone, for watching.
Do you want to
I'm Beau
put up
Bledsoe.
that last that last video that we didn't do with Julian and Alicia of Sus
Hell
Ojos
yeah.
Se Cerraron, and we'll say goodbye and we'll just let people listen to music.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Love you. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Thanks, Liliana. Gracias. Llámame. Vamos a tomar un café.
Sus ojos se cerraron y el mundo sigue andando. Su boca que era mía ya no me besa más. Se apagaron los ecos de su reír sonoro y es cruel este silencio que me hace tanto mal. Fue mía la piadosa dulzura de sus manos que dieron a mis penas caricias de bondad, y ahora que la evoco hundida en mi quebranto, las lágrimas trenzadas se niegan a brotar y no tengo el consuelo de poder llorar, porque sus alas tan cruel quemó la vida, porque esta mueca siniestra de la suerte quise abrigarla y más pudo la muerte. Cómo me duele y se ahonda mi herida. Yo sé que ahora vendrán caras extrañas con su limosna de alivio a mi tormento. Todo es mentira, mentira ese lamento. Hoy está solo mi corazón. Como perros de presa, las penas traicioneras, celando su cariño, galopaban detrás, y escondida en las aguas de su mirada buena, la suerte agazapada marcaba su compás. En vano yo alentaba febril una esperanza, clavó en su carne viva sus garras el dolor, y mientras en las calles el local garabía, el carnaval del mundo gozaba y se reía, burlándose el destino me robó su amor, porque sus alas tan cruel quemó la vida, porque esta mueca siniestra de la suerte quise abrigarla y más pudo la muerte. Cómo me duele y se ahonda mi herida. Yo sé que ahora vendrán caras extrañas con su limosna de alivio a mi tormento. Todo es mentira, mentira ese lamento. Hoy está solo mi corazón.